Hello there, welcome to Gary's Football. In this video we're going to be talking about England's prospects in the World Cup 2018. So boys, are we feeling positive?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. We had a good qualifying campaign, didn't we? We played well in the pre-tournament friendlies.
Yeah.
We've been playing well, good players in good form.
Looking better.
Yeah, I think we could get to the quarterfinals, I reckon.
That's the spirit.
Just being realistic.
What do you think?
Yeah, feeling good, feeling positive, feeling optimistic. I like the attitude that the team have been playing with. They look happy, they look like there's some good chemistry there, so I'm definitely feeling good about it. I think the most challenging fixture would be that quarter-final area.
We'll see.
Yeah.
No, I would agree. Obviously we'll talk more a bit later about where we think England are going to finish up, but I'm more positive this year than I have been in a long time. So,
yeah, same.
So that's looking good. But first of all, obviously England, they announced the squad a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Are we feeling good about Southgate's decision?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, to be fair. He's picked players in good form,
yeah,
majority of them, and I'd say all of them are injury-free. Whereas in last tournaments with pick players that are coming back from injury or are injured, like the Euros, Jack Wilshere played 141 minutes during their campaign, nothing ridiculous like that. So yeah, I think the one player I would have liked to have seen is John Joe Shelby. I would have liked to have seen him play because he's different than the other midfielders we've got.
Yeah.
And he was key in Newcastle's strong finish to the season when they finished 10th. So I would like to see him in the squad, not necessarily to start, but to have him on the bench as a good option when we're chasing games, or to even keep the ball when we're in the lead. But apart from that, yeah, I'm pretty happy. He's made bold decisions by dropping Wilshere, by not picking Hart, not picking Chris Smalling. So I think I'm pretty happy. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think for the first time in a long time, I'd say we've got a good manager that's making good decisions. I like our goalkeeping options. I'm glad that we haven't got Joe Hart this year, personally.
Yeah.
I think we've got two good options there. I think we've got a good team. They seem to get on pretty well. There's a good chemistry there.
Yeah.
I think what I like is it's all about attack now. We've got a great attack force. I love the fact that we've got Jamie Vardy, but also, even though he's a bloody Spurs player, Harry Kane, he's a monster. And he could do well for us. Okay, everyone talks about, well, he didn't really perform in the Euros.
Yeah, but who did, though?
Who does at the corner flag?
Forget the Euros, you know what I mean? What I like about, what he's this year is the fact that he's going to have to prove himself.
And he's the captain as well.
He's the captain. And it's his first World Cup, so he's going to obviously, hopefully, try and step up that little bit more, which will only work in England's favour.
Yeah, I like the attack options, like you said. We've got Kane, Vardy, Rashford as well, Lingard, Ali. So I think we've got enough attacking power to hurt a lot of teams because we don't score a lot of goals in tournaments, do we? We limp over the line. Last couple of tournaments, like the Euros and the World Cup in 2014, we don't score enough. And while our defence is not bad, I don't fancy us to keep a load of clean sheets. We've just got to go out and let the handbrake off. Do you know what I mean? Just really go for it.
Yeah.
Especially in the first two group games against Tunisia and Panama.
There's no excuse.
We've got to rack the goals up.
There's no excuse.
Then, are they really going to score many past us? No. So we just got to go for it, I think. Definitely.
Yeah.
Play without fear.
Yeah.
And I think, a good squad selection there. What do we think about Southgate? We're confident that he's the man for us?
Yeah, well, when he was first appointed, in obviously weird circumstances, obviously Sam Allardyce was sacked for non-football reasons, but I was a bit mixed on Southgate because he's not managed for a long time, is he? He had a couple of seasons at Middlesbrough, and he's been managing the under-21s, but I'm really warming to him. I think he knows what he's doing. Like Roy Hodgson, especially at the Euros 2016, I don't think he knew what he was doing. Didn't know his best team, best formations. He was trying to shoehorn players into positions where they don't play, like playing Rooney in midfield, playing Sturridge out wide.
He's winging it.
As
Literally.
Well played. Well, was that an intentional pun?
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, well done, Ryan.
But bad puns aside, yeah, like square pegs and round holes with Hodgson, wasn't it?
Yeah,
playing, picking players that didn't deserve to be there, like Wilshere and Sterling at the last tournament. So, and as I mentioned earlier, Southgate's not afraid to make bold decisions. People said, "Oh, he's just a nice guy." Yeah, he is a nice guy, but he makes tough decisions. Like he's phased Rooney out of the squad. Chris Smalling said he's not going to pick him because he's not a ball playing centre half.
Yeah.
Even though he's been playing regularly for Man United, he's dropped Joe Hart, where I'm pretty guaranteed that even though he's had a terrible season, Roy Hodgson would have picked him in the squad.
Yeah.
And Wilshere, he's not picked him despite him playing regularly, or more regularly than he has been. So, yeah, and I think England know how they're going to play under Southgate. Whether they play 3 at the back, which seems to be his preference, or 4 at the back. I think the players know what they're doing. Obviously, he's managed a few of them under 21 level, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I think, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what I like about Southgate is the fact that he's now got a formula. He's got a style, and like you say, with Hodgson, you didn't know where you stood with England. He was kind of making it up game by game.
Yeah.
Whereas now we've actually got a template, but he's also got the capability, I believe, to adapt against different teams.
Yeah.
So it's not too predictable.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see anyway.
Yeah, something dynamic, something not rigid. Something. Yeah. For me, I like the fact that he's managed the under-21s, the younger teams and things like that, because by the way that we look, that we've got an idea of how we want to play. He's obviously started implementing that at the at the youth level, as it were, and like you were saying, there's a lot of the same players that have come through that and now are in the senior team.
So 6 or 7?
Six
that
or seven.
played under him before.
And so when you look at teams like Barcelona and things like that, teams that implement the style and the philosophy from a young age and carry that through, and obviously with the success that England are having at youth level and things like that, it's nice to sort of feel like we've got a style and some sort of DNA that's coming up through all the way into the senior team. And
you mentioned DNA. They brought that England DNA a few years ago. Well, Dan Ashworth brought it in, didn't he? And it was sort of laughed at a little bit a few years ago. But I think we're starting to see results. Maybe not senior level, but at youth level, definitely saw it last summer, didn't we?
Yeah.
And the thing about the senior team is, we look a lot more comfortable on the ball than we have done in previous tournaments, where we've just been like hot potatoes with the football, wasn't it? Like, literally, how quick can we give the ball away?
Yeah.
So they look more comfortable. So I think it's positive signs, definitely.
The style's important, isn't it? Like when you look at South American teams, they're famously known for a style of flamboyant attacking football.
Yeah.
The Germans have that robust, powerful, sort of tightness. So it'd be nice to see what that morphs into for us, and hopefully we can carry that on in tournaments going forward, rather than every year it's sort of shoehorning old players out, and kind of trying to find what fits. I feel like we've had enough tournaments of trying to do that now.
Well, like Ryan said earlier, I don't think Hodgson knew what he was doing, especially the last 2 tournaments. There's been like a mishmash of styles we're trying to implement. Like in the World Cup in 2014, we sort of had a go against Italy and Uruguay, didn't we? But I think Hodgson's like, the media of getting on to me, we need to attack, let's try and attack. But he weren't fully going for it, was he? It's like he's sort of going against his wishes.
No.
Whereas I think
didn't have any conviction about it.
No, exactly right. Exactly right. I think the thing about this England team, we're trying to play to our strengths. We're trying to play the wing backs high and wide, where we've got pace out wide. We're trying to try and get crosses in the box where we can, because Harry Kane's lethal. But we can tap it around in the middle with Ali and Lingard as well. So we've got a few options. So just hope that we take it into the tournament, which has been a problem for, since '66 probably.
Yeah.
So we're quite confident with the squad, happy with the manager.
Yeah.
Would we all agree that England have got quite a nice group?
Yeah.
Incredibly kind.
Yeah.
But that's no guarantees, is it? Like, you look at the Euros in 2016, we had Wales, Slovakia, and Russia, and we finished second. just about got out of the group. In 2010, we had America, Algeria, and Slovenia. Again, we finished second, just about get out of that group. So it's no guarantees, but yeah, surely we'll.
You'd like to think so.
It'd be nice, nice and comfortable. Get out of the group. You'd like to think.
I'm quite confident we can win the group, but again, it's England. You don't know, do you? It's just. And what do you think?
As long as they set the tone early, I think.
Yeah.
You know, start as you mean to go on. You know, if you go out there sort of foaming at the mouth, really wanting it, wanting to rack up the goals, give the players confidence, show what they can do. And say you start putting in three, 4 goals a game, you know, for the first couple, I think that will set you up nicely going into the Belgium game as well, where you have a more robust test.
Well, we don't want to go to the Belgium game, so our last group game, needing to get a point or get a win to get out of the group.
Yeah.
We need to beat Tunisia and Panama comfortably, confirm our passage to the last 16. So it's a nice, not comfortable game against Belgium, but like. There's no pressure on us.
Yeah,
we just play our game.
I want to see us dominate.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see us have that brutal, you know, performance. I want us to do it. You know, I'm sure we can.
Well, I want to see goals, Ryan, because for too long now we've been struggling to score goals at tournament level.
Yeah.
Like it's been pretty embarrassing actually. So especially as our defence isn't exactly super tight, is it? We need to start scoring goals.
Yeah.
So hopefully the shackles will come off in the first couple of games and we go from there.
I mean, if you play with no fear, I think Liverpool are one of the best examples of a team that do that.
Absolutely.
They get out there and they just go for it, you know.
Yeah.
Again, obviously whenever they play Arsenal, they always bang 4 or 5 goals in. Yeah. But you know, it's always that straight out of the gate, straight at it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see England have that kind of mentality, like where they don't care the level of opposition.
Yeah.
You know, they don't give them too much respect because they've got X, Y, Z players or they've got this pedigree.
Yeah.
Just go out and what have you got to lose?
Well, we've got a lot of youth in our team. I think it's like the second youngest average age in the entire tournament, I think.
That's really
we've
good.
got a lot of youth, got a lot of pace throughout at the back as well as up front. So, like a midfield obviously as well. So I think all bases on that aspect are covered. So play to our strengths, boys.
So.
Hopefully we will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the first game. That's going to be good. Just bring it on now. But so I think we're all in agreement that we're going to hopefully we're going to get through the group stages. We all feel pretty confident of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't just be second. Hopefully we can win the group. So when we get through the group stages, hopefully. Yeah. Who would we like to face? Where do we see for the knockout round?
Well, the challenge is Colombia and Poland, isn't it? They're the 2 teams I think that are the most have star players that are going to be the challenge.
But no matter what team we play from Group H, I think I'd fancy us against any of those.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look, they've all got star players. Like Poland have got Lewandowski, Senegal got Sadio Mane, he's had a great season for Liverpool. Japan have got Kagawa and Honda, the player, not the car. And who's the other team? Colombia. I've got James Rodriguez, who obviously lit up the last World Cup. So look, they've got star players each of them, but we've got good players as well. So I'd fancy us against any of those.
Yeah.
What we'll do beyond that stage, I don't know. But against any of those teams, I'd fancy us.
You like to think
so?
Yeah,
definitely.
And then it gets a bit more challenging if we can get to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
It kind of goes back to the beginning in terms of optimism. I personally think this is going to be, you know, where we should aim to get to. I think if we can get to the quarterfinals, for me, don't get me wrong, I want to see England win the World Cup. I want to see us win it. But I think if we can get to the quarterfinals, it shows progress. We haven't done that for a long time. I personally think that's the best we can do. I hope I'm wrong. But I think if we can get to the quarterfinals, I'd say that's a successful World Cup.
And play well as well.
A successful, realistic World Cup.
If we get to the quarters and put in a good effort against Brazil or Germany, whoever it's against, I'd say, successful, I'd say. Because obviously the Euros, we were humiliated by Iceland. The last World Cup, 2014, not finished bottom of our group.
Yeah.
You know, so... And but the thing is, we haven't won a knockout match in a tournament since 2006, when we beat Ecuador 1-0. So, 12 years since we won a knockout match, that's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? So, it's no guarantee we're going to win, like, if we get out of the group, we're in the round of 16, it's no guarantee we're going to win that.
No.
So, the pressure and history is against us.
So I'd like to put out a question to both of you in relation to expectations.
Yeah.
So as far back as I can remember, and obviously there's people out there who will have infinitely more years of knowledge of England than we do.
Yeah.
As far back as I can remember, we've always been a quarter-final team. That I can't really remember a tournament where I've ever discussed it with anyone, and everyone's going, we're aiming for the quarters, for most years.
I'd say in
2007.
Euro 2004 and the World Cup 2006, golden generation time. I think the chat then was, and since, has been, we should win or get to the final of both of those.
Yeah.
And that's the same how most people feel now. So now, maybe last few tournaments I'd say so, because we haven't had the strength and depth and the high quality players. But in those two tournaments, even 2002.
Well, I remember how gutting it was when that goal went over Seaman's head, Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
It was it was painful.
Yeah.
And England could have done it. We had a great squad.
Yeah.
And we'll do another video one day soon talking about England in general, about the World Cup. But personally,
04 or 06, there were missed opportunities. We just should have got to at least one final.
Yeah.
So no, I get your point, but for those tournaments, no, I don't think
You
so.
feel like the expectation was higher at those ones?
Yeah, but they were realistic at the time as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was especially that midfield, an unbelievable midfield. Beckham, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, Owen Hargreaves, even the players on the bench, Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
Players like that. Whereas now, they're good players, but nowhere near as well classed those players. So yeah, realistically, last few tournaments we've been thinking quarters have been good, but at that time, no, that's where we finished up.
Yeah.
That was we well underachieved, definitely.
I mean, it's all gone downhill since we lost Heskey.
Well played, Ryan. Well played. Yeah.
Well, that's summed up in 2010, wouldn't it? When you come against Germany, we're 4-1 down. He brings on Eski.
Dynamic game changer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
So, but what do you think then, Lou? So, we've both kind of agreed to quarter-finals is a realistic expectation for England, and it'd be great to see them get to the quarters. I'm sure you do. You want to see England win the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the realistic, goal for England. What would you see? Where do you think England are going to finish?
Yeah,
up?
I mean, I think I would agree that the most realistic expectation that most people are going to go for across the board is quarters.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you look at it on paper. But obviously we know anything can happen in football. It's proven over the years recently.
Especially knockout football, anything's possible.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
It's all on the day, as I like to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, again, even if you look at big competitions, like European ones this year, there's teams that have got further than anyone would have expected them to, or their realistic expectations.
Yeah,
so there's definitely the possibility. I feel like out of the two in the quarters, I think for me the Brazil game is the more challenging one because of how dynamic their attack is. It's going to challenge us in a different way than another European team would. And obviously, I know it's only friendlies, but we've come up against Spain, France and Germany, and I think we've given a good account of ourselves in each of those games, whereas we haven't really tested ourselves against the South American team that's dynamic and informed for quite a little while. So I would be more concerned about Brazil, but I mean, I would obviously, like most people, I would want to aim for the final because I feel like we'd have a shot against France, Spain or Germany. But the quarters, if it's the Brazil one, is where I think would be our biggest challenge out of those teams. So I think quarters is probably the most realistic. But I would, as a fan, I would like to aim for the final. Obviously,
You've got to aim for the sky to settle for the ceiling, haven't you?
Yeah, there's no reason why not. If you look on paper and you think, we could. There's no reason why we couldn't put in a good shift against any of those.
Well, especially
teams.
if we play well in the group stage and in the round of 16. If we play well and we're scoring goals and, consistently putting in good performances, 1 to 11, of course we've got a chance. But if we're limping through, getting through the odd goal, struggling like we have done recently, then no, we're going to get absolutely demolished.
Yeah, I think we're being realistic in terms of predictions against the quality of the squads, if you like. But Yeah, I do agree. You've got to have that mindset of we're going to win the World Cup. You know, you've got to have that. You know, we're going not just to get to the quarterfinals, we're going to win the World Cup. You know, you've got to have that.
Yeah. I think a few of the players have said that recently.
Yeah.
That they've said like...
Well, Harry Kane said that as well, as captain.
That's what you want from your captain, isn't it?
That's good.
So we're going to win the Cup.
I think if you give your opposition too much respect before the game started, you kind of already lost. You know, you've got to have common sense and know, look, that those X, Y, Z players are world-class players. But as soon as you go and you start playing with a bit of fear and a bit of reluctance to attack and that too much respect, obviously you're already on the back foot, aren't you? Whereas when you look at it from a psychological perspective, they've still got to prove themselves on that day against you. We all know on paper they're world-class superstars in a lot of these teams in this tournament, but you'd want to go out there like I mean, in Champions League this year, like, you know, no one would have said Spurs would beat Real Madrid or Juventus or anything like that. You know, they obviously in the first leg, but they just, these teams play without fear and they just go for it. Think, what have we got to lose? Let's go for it. And I feel like we've got youth and the ability to do that. So why not?
Yeah, I just hope they take the positive performances from the friendlies into the tournament, because we had that at the Euros where we beat Portugal and we beat France as well. We thought we had some good momentum, and then we just folded at the tournament. I just hope that's not the case this time.
So one thing that you mentioned actually that I thought was quite interesting, like when we were talking off camera, is about the chemistry and the team spirit.
Yeah.
In those tournaments previously, and a lot of those, like you were saying, a lot of the golden generation style players, as you have said before, have kind of admitted there wasn't much of a chemistry because of their competitive nature against each other.
The league and everything.
This year, and you've seen it with teams like Liverpool and Leicester when they won the league, and that when they have that team spirit and that unity, the belief is there that they can do anything. Yeah. So what do you think about the team spirit and, you know, the chemistry here for this tournament from what we've seen so far going into it?
Let Ryan answer that first.
Well, there's clearly a bond there. You can see that, and that's what I think you've got to thank Southgate a little bit for that, for implementing a formula and a style that gives them a bit of a team structure as opposed to just this free-for-all game. You know? And if it's going to be free-for-all and you've got these egos, you know, you're not going to have that chemistry, are you?
No.
You're not going to get that. Whereas now, I personally believe they forget what they're like in the Premiership and whatnot, wherever they play. You know, they're thinking about England. And yeah, I think you're right. This is the first time in a long time that you can see that they all get on, and I think they generally do want to win it. So on that alone, yeah, could they get to the final? Could they win the World Cup? Maybe. You know, is the spirit there on that basis? But equally, I'm realistic, and I'm going to just say, look, if we can get to the quarters, that for me is success.
Yeah. On the team spirit, I think it helps that a lot of them are played together at youth level.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them are friends. You can see that from their social media channels. A lot of them are friends and they get on. And you've seen that with the under-17s onwards, where they're going to have that friendship probably forever. Whereas
they're going to grow up together through it all.
Yeah, what we saw on BT Sport, didn't we? Like Ruth Ferdinand, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard discussed at length about this, where it was just like they were fighting for Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues consistently, year in, year out. So they weren't that quite togetherness that they used to be. Whereas I don't really see that at all with this team, this squad. And there's no, I wouldn't say there's any big egos there at all. No.
They look confident, don't they? They do look like they've got that friendship bond.
Yeah, and they all seem to be very grounded. So I think that you know, look, I don't think that's gonna decide whether we win or not. But in the tight moments,
you're gonna carry each other.
It might help us. That couple percent, it might help.
And out of interest, obviously we're kind of sort of going along the idea of the quarters being the realistic expectation.
Yeah,
and that's what you think as well, is it?
Yeah, I think because the reason. I'll explain the reason for that is, if we get past the quarters, it looks, as I understand it, the three teams that we're going to come up against in some form in the semis or the final will either be France, Germany or Spain. You know, if we beat Brazil or Germany in the quarters, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, do you fancy our chances, let's say, against either any of those teams.
Well, if we're in the quarters and we beat Brazil or Germany, whoever it is, then yeah, of course we can. If we beat them,
you could think we could beat France or Spain.
Doesn't matter if we win on penalties or not. They're confident. Like we've been in our first semi-final at a World Cup since Italian '90. What confidence that would give to the players, the management, the fans, everyone, the media, everyone. But you know, it's going to be a very, very tough ask to get past the quarters.
Yeah. Very
tough ask. But if we get beyond there, get in the semis, then
fantastic.
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
Why the hell not? But getting into there will be incredibly difficult.
I think, from our perspective, I'm with you, Lou. I think we've got to aim for the sky to settle for the ceiling. And there's no reason why, if we're positive and that we can't get further than the quarterfinals and even potentially win it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if we can get to the quarterfinals and play well, like you said, not just get to the quarterfinals, show a little bit of determination, then I'd be proud of the team. I'd be very proud.
In terms of the other groups, for the other teams, obviously these potential fixtures that we're talking about are based on the assumption that the big teams are going to get through. Are there any of those other groups that you could see any strange upsets going on? Like obviously for England, we've always viewed it as pretty much most years our group we should be winning it. And obviously there's been a few recently that we've obviously then fallen flat. Do you think in any of the other groups for the teams like France, Spain, you know, Brazil, etc., do you think any of them in challenging groups where something could miraculously go wrong and any of them drop out?
Well, I'm not sure they'll drop out, but there's a few dark horses for sure, like Uruguay, dark horse.
Argentina.
Argentina. Uruguay, if you've got Suarez, Cavani up front and Godin at the back, that's a very good spine of the team, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're a dark horse. Yeah, there's a few like Colombia possibly as well, in Group H, Poland, but. Yeah, there's a few, but there's so many big teams, and I can't see major upsets. But you never know. It's the World Cup. Anything's possible. But yeah, I think Uruguay would be the dark horse for me.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, if I'm honest, I'm not too familiar with all the other group fixtures for the other big teams, so I can't really give you a detailed, informed answer. But I mean, the thing is, I feel like football in the last couple of years has been as exciting and dynamic as it's ever been, and obviously partially that's to do with the influx of money and then attracting these unbelievable managers and other big players to teams that typically you wouldn't expect to see big players playing at. And obviously, I feel like Leicester's the best example, but. Because of that and that unpredictability, I do feel like you never know, there could be some really strange upsets where teams that everyone expects to qualify and be the winners or the runners-up of their group, something could go wrong on those days for them.
Well, yeah, you mentioned about the top managers. A lot of the top managers are managing clubs now in the Premier League, so there's not quite that high-level management in the World Cup. And you could say about the way the teams play as well. Is there going to be this, gen pressing as it is, like pressing from the front in every game? No, there's not. It might be quite slower than what we're used to. It might be like the FA Cup final, actually.
Yeah.
Where, like, people thought it was quite boring, but it's actually not a bad game.
Tactical.
Yeah, so we might get more games like that. Okay, look, of course, we're going to get the odd basketball end-to-end game, but I think it's going to be more. It's going to be slower than what we usually see in the Premier League and the Champions League.
Yeah.
But hopefully, there's goals in every game.
I think it's going to be an interesting tournament. But on that note, we've said pretty much what we think about England. We want England to win the World Cup, and let's hope we will. But equally, if we don't win the World Cup, who's going to win it? What do we think?
It's very tough, isn't it? There's so many good teams and so many world-class players. It's so difficult to name a definitive favourite. I think probably Germany, I'd say. Obviously they're the holders, aren't they? And they save their best performances for the tournament, and they've got a fantastic squad. They left out Leroy Sané, who's had a brilliant season for Man City.
It's quite surprising.
And that's how strong their squad is. They've got Manuel Neuer, a world-class keeper, good defence, Hummels and Boateng, Ozil in midfield, Müller, Timo Werner, new youngster for Leipzig up front. So, Yeah, they've got a very strong squad, so I fancy them. But Brazil probably be right up there as well.
Yeah, yeah. For me, Germany.
Yep.
The dark horse for me is actually France. Because
Really?
that midfield, that midfield and those attacking players is ridiculous. You've
Well,
got Conte, Pogba, Mbappe. You've got an outrageous Griezmann.
Yep.
You know, you look. That's an outrageously strong team as well that probably aren't being discussed in the same way. And obviously, also Spain are obviously a bit more resurgent in recent years as well after their sort of disappointing slump after all their triumphs. So,
and you can't rule out Argentina.
no, anything Messi involved.
You've got Lionel Messi in your team. Anything's possible with it. They got to the final, obviously, in the last World Cup, didn't they?
It's certainly a roulette of champions, I think.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. For me, as much as, I do think they can sometimes, I agree with you, what we said off camera, Brazil can sometimes be a bit overrated, but I think they're going to win it. We'll see when we do a review video, we'll see who's right.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Germany, there's a good time. Or France, that's the thing with the World Cup. Yeah. You could say any team, and you could even say England and say there could be a small chance, but I think it's going to be Brazil.
Brazil for you.
I haven't got a big reason why.
Their firepower's frightening, isn't it? Neymar.
Yeah.
Jesus. Brilliant players up front. Even defensively, got Casemiro, who plays in front of the back four. He's been brilliant for Real Madrid. One of Zidane's favourite lieutenants on the pitch. So, and Fernandinho for Man City as well, who's had another good season. So, whether the ghosts of the 7-1 defeat against Germany will haunt them, we'll find out, won't we?
If you get a strong European team with some steel in the middle and at the back, and they can neutralise those players, that they've got a chance, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. So, but no, it's Brazil. They haven't won it 5 times for nothing, have they? So they might turn it around for this tournament.
It's definitely going to be exciting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so
bring on the first game.
Come on, England.
Yeah.
But no, thanks for watching this video, and thanks, Lewis, for coming on again.
Yeah, thanks for having me, gents.
Yeah, you're good.
Pleasure.
So please feel free to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment. And also follow us on Twitter at @garage_football. Take care.
Thank you.